This is CBS 4 News at noon.
We begin with breaking news at noon. A North Miami police officer who was found guilty of culpable negligence in the shooting of an unarmed caretaker was just sentenced. CBS 4's Peter Dench is live at the courthouse in Miami where that sentence just came down. Peter, what can you tell us?
Well, Carly, we're live right here outside the Metro Justice Building, and Judge Alan Fine just ruled that Officer Jonathan Aleda will not serve any time in jail. This follows some emotional testimony on the officer's part. Taking a look at some videotape here, Aleda told the court he was doing his job when he shot at an autistic man who was holding a toy truck, who he thought was holding caretaker Charles Kinsey hostage. Aleda's father also testified in court here at the Metro Justice Building. Aleda had faced up to a year in jail for misdemeanor culpable negligence. The judge ruled that adjudication would be withheld. Aleda will be on administrative probation for a year. Now, this is what Aleda said in court moments ago.
I was trying to help save his life, not injure him or hurt him in any way. While I was trying to deal with that reality, I also had to deal with the notion that not everything I was believed to be true to me in that moment was perceived by everybody else, and it was very confusing. I'm asking for your understanding. I'm not asking for pity. I'm not asking for anything of that such. I'm just asking for understanding. Understanding in what led me to do what I did that day for the good of Mr. Kinsey, for the good in my heart that I believed I was doing my job.
Now, Jonathan Aleda will also have to perform 100 hours of community service, and he will have to write an essay as well while on dealing with learning disabled people. Now, North Miami has started the process of terminating him. Right now, Aleda remains on administrative leave without pay. We'll have much more on this story tonight, starting live at 5 on CBS 4 News. In the meantime, we are live at the Metro Justice Building. Peter Dench, CBS 4 News. Carly?
Peter, thank you for those breaking details. Now to a CBS 4 traffic alert, a relief for drivers. The Florida Turnpike is back open after a construction project caused it to remain closed for hours, making that morning commute a nightmare. The closure happened at Southwest 8th Street in West Miami-Dade on the Turnpike extension. Both southbound and northbound lanes were supposed to be open at 5 in the morning, but that didn't happen until just before 11. CBS 4's Rielle Creighton is in West Miami-Dade. She has more on these frustrating traffic conditions.
A meltdown-inducing traffic horror.
2 hours and 45 minutes. Crazy.
I leave the house early, so I've been here about 3 hours now.
Terrible. I've been in traffic since 5:30 this morning.
On any given day, rush hour on Florida's Turnpike takes patience. But today,
we're very upset. We're very upset.
Feelings ranging from disbelief to frustration and anger for some drivers sitting in traffic for 3 and up to 4 hours. Chopper 4 overhead showed the parking lot on the Turnpike. It was Sunday that the Florida Department of Transportation sent out an alert warning motorists about upcoming construction. The complete closure of north and southbound lanes near Southwest 8th on the Tamiami Trail starting at 11:30 Monday night, all to remove an overhead sign. The removal expected to be complete by 5 a.m. Wednesday. Instead, it stretched into rush hour.
Torture. Got to go to the bathroom. I'm running low on gas, too, so not a good morning.
Missing work, holiday trips delayed, and for Gwendolyn Coakley, headed to Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International.
We missed our flight. Unbelievable.
FDOT said the work was necessary to remove the sign, which spanned both directions and was unsafe for motorists to pass under, calling the delay an unforeseen change.
We've even seen people that have been dead on the road during 8 years of this commute, and this has been the worst.
Well, that was Rielle Creighton reporting. A driver had to be rescued from a pickup truck involved in a crash in Miami this morning. Chopper 4 was over the scene at Northwest 17th Avenue and 34th Street. Miami Fire Rescue tells us the driver lost control and hit the building. His legs were pinned in the car. He was rescued by firefighters and taken to the hospital. His condition is stable. Now, this just in, 40-year-old Danny Lazaro Leyva appeared in bond court this morning, and Hialeah police say he was the driver that caused a crash that killed a 70-year-old woman and severely injured a 54-year-old man. Police say he left the scene, but they later caught up with him. The violent crash and the effort to rescue the victims was all caught on camera. Leyva is facing 5 counts, including vehicular homicide, DUI manslaughter, and driving with a suspended license. Bond is set at $65,500. Taking a live look outside right now, another hot and humid day across South Florida. No surprise there. Many of us getting ready to start our long 4th of July weekends. And one thing is for sure, it will be a hot one. CBS 4 meteorologist Dave Warren joins us with more on what we can expect. Dave.
Yes, hot and humid, but now we have these storms coming in here right about the noon hour, and that'll cool things off just a bit, but it's warmed up into the 90s out ahead of these. Some particularly strong parts of this line, which is developing. Once the storms develop, they move south, and this whole thing will try to work its way to the interior here later this afternoon. But this area right over Hard Rock Stadium, just moving out of Broward into Miami-Dade. Look at the lightning strikes around with this. Not nearly as many, so might be kind of raining itself out here, but still seeing some lightning strikes coming in. That'll continue to move south, going right over the airport. A little heavier shower there is just south of Doral, and more continue to develop up to the north. Even around the Keys here, we're seeing a few showers popping up as well. This is our picture, though, shows the sunshine and the heat. Temperatures rain cold now in Miami down to 81. It was at 93, so once these showers come in, the numbers will drop. Temperatures across the region, you can see where it hasn't rained yet and where it has, even in the upper 70s there in Pembroke Pines. Rain showers picked up right where they are, and all of this starts to work its way to the interior by 2, 3 o'clock this afternoon. Even some strong storms inland tonight, but overall the trend is for these to continue to pass through. They're in that forecast tomorrow. I'll have the holiday look coming up with the complete forecast when I come back.
Attorney General William Barr had announced the new asylum policy in April in an efforts to deter a surge of migrants at the southern border. Still ahead on CBS 4 News at noon, a 4th of July celebration the president says is like no other. From military tanks to flyovers to never-before-seen fireworks, the nation's capital is preparing to celebrate America's birthday. We have the last-minute preparations up next. And the long holiday weekend means many people will be celebrating on the water, but before you head out, make sure you know what to expect when it comes to police patrolling the waters. Plus, a driver thinks he's able to pull a fast one and use the HOV lane while riding with a hearse with a body inside. Ready? Where do we get that info? Check this open.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Do you have that for the update? This is your Alexa update.
Right now. Posting now.
I'm Motivation Bossy.
I'm Elliot Rodriguez, developing now.
I'm meteorologist Lisette Gonzalez. It's summertime, and that means rain or shine can change in an instant. So I've got you covered to help you better plan your day. Get your forecast on CBS 4 this morning every weekday, 4:30 to 7.
Welcome back. Setup is underway for a 4th of July celebration that President Donald Trump promises will be unlike any other the nation's capital has ever seen. The event will feature the nation's military, a speech from the president, and what's being billed as the biggest ever fireworks display on the National Mall. CBS 4's Katherine Johnson is in Washington with more on what to expect. Well, Dave, I know we're all wanting our good weather for tomorrow, but based on the thunder we are hearing right now, it's making me nervous.
Coming right through this morning, it developed late morning, it'll try to work its way to the interior. And a lot of times you get these storms that come in and then just kind of tapers off just a bit here this afternoon. So we're trying to see that happening here now, but this is what we had this morning. In addition to what the rain coming down from the sky, we had some space debris. This was at 2 in the morning. Videos that came in up and down the state because what is believed to be an old satellite was re-entering the atmosphere. That was at 2 o'clock in the morning. It was seen by a lot of people here across the state. Over about 23 reports. This was early Wednesday morning. The debris was going right in that direction there. So if you were up, that's what you saw. If you're out now, this is what you're seeing and feeling here. These are showers which have developed. One little heavier storm that we're seeing move right near the airport is continuing to move south. Overall, this is developing west of 95, right over the Turnpike and slowly trying to work its way inland. You get these storms which develop, and this is a strong one which has kind of worked its way to the south, just over West Miami right now, south of Tamiami Trail. Lightning strikes with that, and another area getting some intense rain and lightning, and this is up around Pompano Beach. This will continue to move towards Sunrise and down Pembroke Pines. But this is the one area that we're watching closely here. Very heavy rain as it continues to move down towards Kendall and eventually towards Homestead. There's some lightning strikes there in southern Miami-Dade and watching around the Keys as well. That's what it looks like right now. It was into the 90s, but look at the temperatures now. This is some rain-cooled air. This should begin to clear out and maybe work its way inland. You get a little more sunshine. These numbers will go back up, but for right now, getting some break from that, getting some relief from the heat and humidity. Almost a live picture from our neighborhood network camera right on the roof here showing that rain coming down right now. And there are the temperatures. It's cooled off in Miami, but Key West is still at 91 degrees with the sunshine that we are seeing here with our Keys camera. There is a risk of some gusty wind here with these storms. Marginal risk from severe weather as they continue to move through. We did have that northwest wind, but now getting that breeze coming in. The showers are developing along that. They continue to push through the area. Should be inland, but we still have cloudy, maybe some light rain by about 5 or 6 o'clock. Strongest storms over the interior later, and then we'll get another round of that moving through tomorrow mid-afternoon. So by the evening, it should be clearing up for the 4th of July. We'll watch that closely here as the showers push through. Things are pretty quiet in the tropics. Nothing is expected to develop here over the next 5 days. The storms are away from the coast, so we had a few morning showers, but you get a little more sunshine there in the afternoon if you want to head to the beach. There's a low risk of rip currents. Southeast wind at 10 knots, 1 to 2 foot seas. Bays are seeing a light chop. Surf temperature there is 86 degrees. These gusty storms will start to push their way to the interior. 94, then it dropped, but you get that rain showers coming in overhead. That was about our high temperature likely. It gets a little cooler with the rain coming in. Extended forecast shows passing showers and storms tomorrow. We'll continue that trend over the weekend with a stronger ocean breeze up to 94 on Monday and Tuesday.
Thank you, Dave. Welcome back. In today's Health Watch, U.S. researchers say they found a way to effectively eliminate HIV in animals. Scientists from the University of Nebraska Medical Center and Temple University collaborated on a method that combines antiretroviral drugs and gene editing to get rid of all traces of the virus in infected mice.
We can generate genetic material that can find the virus in a latent state, bind to that virus, and then use scissors, cutting enzymes, to cut the virus out.
Researchers say if the method proves successful in people, it could eliminate the need to permanently keep HIV-positive people on antiretroviral medications. CBS 4 News at noon. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
CBS Health Watch is sponsored by Miami Cancer Institute, changing the future of cancer care. 50 years ago, mankind did the impossible.
The Eagle has landed.
Celebrate the greatest leap in civilization with the people who made it possible.
All I could think of, this is nuts. The lives of those astronauts depended on what I said.
I was the only woman in the beginning in the field.
The incredible story of Apollo 11, 50 years later. Sunday, July 14th at 11:30 on CBS 4. Proudly presented with limited commercial interruptions by Raytheon.
Get the best deals during the 4th of July sale at BrandsMart USA. This 75-inch 4K UHD TV is a low $799.88. Or this Samsung 82-inch 4K UHD TV now just $1999.88. Now through July 4th only at BrandsMart USA.
Time to get to AutoBuy. Visit WePayTheMax.com.
That's it for CBS 4 News at noon. Thank you for watching. We will see you again later for CBS 4 News at 5, 6, and 7. And remember, you can watch all of our newscasts streaming live on our website, cbsmiami.com. Have a great Wednesday, everybody.
Care Plus. Switch to a 5-star Medicare Advantage plan today.